This is an Eye on Annapolis bonus podcast.
All right, this is probably the earliest morning I've ever recorded a podcast. We're here at 7:30 outside of Rise Up in, I guess, the Baydale Shopping Center. Is that what it is, Brendan?
Yes, it's amazing. Home of O'Loughlin's, home of the Bay Hills Deli. Wonderful places here.
O'Loughlin's has some of the most kick-ass wings in town.
They do. He's from Buffalo.
Is he?
Yeah. Tom Crawford owns the place.
I didn't know that. That's probably the secret.
From Tonawanda, New York, yeah.
Well, we are here with Brendan Curley, who is with ABC Events, and I am so glad to be here with you because you are bringing back the Annapolis Irish Festival, which has been on a hiatus for a couple of years because of COVID and everything else, and I can't wait. The date is what, July 16th?
July 16th, yep, Saturday, July 16th. And that, we're excited about it too. We had an opportunity to meet with some of the folks that ran the Irish Festival for years. We've always been impressed with it. We've always, thought it was well run. We loved the energy that the event brought. And, with an opportunity to bring it back to the community, we thought we really wanted to give it a try.
Well, I do remember when it first started way back when, I guess in the last decade or so, it was sort of a crapshoot. Will Annapolis embrace an Irish festival? And the gates opened, and that question was answered pretty quickly. And it brought on a life of its own, and it is a true part of the community now. That it's one of the festivals that everybody looks forward to. I'd probably say the other one that everyone froths at the mouth for is East Porter Rockin'.
Yeah,
it's not a big festival, but it's a nice small little community festival. But those are probably the two that everybody gets all abuzz about.
That's a great one. It's a good point too. East Porter Rockin' does a great job with all the music and local acts and where it is. But I tell you, I have a lot of having working on the Irish Festival for the last 6 months, in that a lot of respect for certainly for Eddie McGowan and Tracy McGowan and for Pam and for others that have put on the event for years. It's a lot of things that we're learning, and that it's impressive what they've been able to do for so long.
Well, it's funny to hear you say that it's a lot of things that you're learning, because it's not like you're coming into running a festival blind. You've got a history of successful festivals that is a mile long throughout the area. So,
no, I appreciate that, but I tell you, it's still, every time you take on something new, you want to make it. Our goal always is to add 4 or 5 new things to every event we do, because if you've been there for years, we want you to see new things, and if you like certain programming elements of certain things that you look forward to, we want to keep those and improve those.
Sure, stagnation's never good for anybody.
Yeah.
But July 16th, 11 to 10 p.m. at the fairgrounds, as it always has been. And this is one day. I know in the past it had grown to a 2-day event. And this is just one day. And I find most festivals are sort of, as people are getting comfortable with COVID and getting back into normal, it probably makes a little bit more sense. Was that a reason for?
Well, it's to be honest with you, is again just the unknown with bringing on a new event, is that we don't know what to expect, and I think that the event is probably better as a 2-day event long term. But until we know that, until we see it and touch it and engage it, that we're gonna put all of the amazing music that we have in one day, so people buy a 1-day ticket and they come and have an amazing experience and want more, and then ideally we'll evolve and answer that need. But today we have. It'll be unbelievable the amount of activity that you can get in one day at the fairgrounds.
Well, it always is. I know in years past I've gone to the Irish Festival, and the next, whether I drank or not, the next day was a hangover day. It was just too much to do. It was a little bit crazy. But you mentioned the music that's coming in here, and we've got. I was looking at the lineup. Hold Fast, who I've not heard of. Dublin 5, obviously a regional favorite, and they just always bring the party. Never heard of, but I definitely am not going to miss the Bastard Bearded Irishman.
Yeah, they're fun. But I tell you, the Hold Fast, we had them for the parade. So we brought them in there from Pennsylvania.
They were the ones that were playing on your float. That was on the.
They were on our float for the St. Patty's Day parade, and they were outstanding. They just you think of a little edgier Irish music. So you think of the fiddle with some loud drums, and not your old school Irish, kind of the newest edgier Irish music, and we really enjoyed them. And so some of these other folks like the Bastard Bearded Irishman, a little bit of a blend, but all the fiddle, all the things that you really want, but bringing kind of that new age Irish, if you will.
Right. Well, you've got Scythian, which I'm a huge fan of. Dan and his boys and sister. They're a hybrid Irish band. I mean, they've sort of rootsy and everything else. So I mean, it's got something for everybody when you look at this festival. And then Barley Juice, which is your hard rock and Irish, and I would say local favorite just because Patrick lives nearby. But Gaelic Storm, which is they got their claim to fame or their startup fame in the Titanic.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, we're so happy to have all of the bands, but certainly Patrick being local, and thanks certainly to Tracy McGowan and her relationship there that helped us to get them lined up, and it really wouldn't be in my mind an Irish festival without them in some form. Mm-hmm. In that, so we feel very blessed. But this will be driven by the music. I mean, that's what people are here for. It's an Irish music festival is what's the key to it, and I think we have a really, to you pointed out, a diverse. But really a wonderful lineup, something for everybody.
You really do. And tickets are only $25. Okay, so that's you can barely get into a movie theater for $25 today.
Yeah,
you can't do it you can get in, but you can get a popcorn, and that's about it for 3 hours. Okay, for $25 you can get the whole day of the Irish Festival.
Yeah, and I think too we purposely did that. That's what it was in 3 years ago when the event happened. In that we didn't want to change anything from that. It was successful. In that we'll see where we go. But right. If we're going to expand bands in the future, we may have to go up in price. But at the end of the day, we feel like we can put on a great music festival for a reasonable price. And then the other thing I would tell you is we're not going to charge kids. 12 and under are free, so you can bring the kids. It's not going to, if you have a family of 4, you can come out, and it's not going to kill you.
A family of 4 for this $50.
Yeah,
you can't beat that for a day. Now, kids under 12 do need a ticket though, but it's free.
It's free, right? Okay, yeah, you can do that online, or you don't have to do it online. You can just come to the gate as long as they're under 12.
Best place to do that is AnnapolisIrishFestival.com, or should we go to ABCEventsInc.com?
It'll take you, either one will take you to the ABC event site.
And then you can get your tickets.
Yeah.
All right, question for you, and this is important for me. Military and senior, $15.
Yep.
Do I qualify? I've never been in the military.
I would say, I don't think you do.
I'm getting close. But military
funny.
And senior are $15, and then you've got a VIP program too as well.
Yeah, so we've done some VIP in the past. For those of you that have been at the Seafood Festival, we've done a VIP for years. This is going to be a little bit different. It's a little bit pricier, but we're also including food in that, and then drinks all day. So if you want to get in and mix it up, and it'll be a great spot right next to the stage. And those will be limited. We're gonna make sure that that's not too crowded in there.
Right.
But we've heard from a lot of folks that it's a big part of their life and their day. And one of my neighbors came up to me and she's like, "We already bought our tickets, and you guys better have the good bathrooms in there again."
Well, that was my next question. Okay, VIP typically comes with some up close, quick in parking.
Yeah.
And the thing that makes VIP for me, it has nothing to do with the food, the location, the music, or the parking. It's the upscale bathrooms that may have air conditioning. I mean, I'm not even concerned about the air conditioning, but the porta potties just sort of creep me out.
That's right. Well, at the fairgrounds, they have on the main hill, they have the bathrooms right side, which are nice. But yeah, we'll have certainly specific bathrooms for the VIP. It's funny how that's what's important to some folks.
Well, you look and find out what people are. It's like, I'm sure there's some people I know in years past, they've had O'Loughlin's bring wings in and stuff like that for the VIP. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not coming if there's no wings from O'Loughlin's, and they've got their own little peculiarities.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that it's a great family event, and it truly is, because you've got culture, you've got music, you've got shopping, you've got activities. Even when the bands are changing up, there are things. There's so much to do. I saw on the website, you've got axe throwing, and that's, I guess, the latest craze where,
That's what we thought is, wouldn't it be great to have a bunch of Irish hanging around having a few drinks and then throw axes?
Throwing axes.
Why not?
What could possibly go wrong?
No, but there's some great stuff. We're excited about, we're going to fly in somebody from California that is an expert in teaching cricket. So we're going to have cricket going all day down at the bottom field. So if you want to come out and learn cricket and play it and experience it, we're going to do that. But we'll have typical jumping toys. We'll have escape room. We'll have some fun things to slow the kids down. But we're going to have pipe and drum all day. We're going to have Irish dancing all day.
Can I make a request?
Yeah.
Can we just have drum?
No pipes.
No pipes. It's like a laughing joke. It's when Eddie was alive, he's like, hey, I'm like, the bagpipes. It just and it goes back to my high school days. We graduated. We had to march to the graduation location for about a mile.
Yeah.
And it was led by a solo bagpiper playing the whole way, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I'm going crazy by the time I got there. And, by the time I got there, I'm like, well, I'm really glad my last name is Frenet. I would have given my left lung to have been named Zimmerman, so I could have been at the end of the line. And I don't think I would have made it if I was an Anderson. So
that's funny. I actually like the pipe. We actually for one of the events for seafood, we bring in a piper for just the morning, and we bring him in from like 10 to noon. So the first hour is just for us. For the setup crew that's out there.
Nice.
I'm sweating, and I felt like it's just something eerie. Maybe it's just being out at Sandy Point and off the water. It's kind of a neat feel. But I personally, I love them, and with the drums too, there's some wonderful feel that they bring. So they'll be going all day. Again, there'll be Irish dancing all day. We got some Irish vendors. We're gonna have Irish wolfhounds. Also, too, I want to mention
those
some
things
great.
Are huge.
They're amazing. But so we're gonna do this cool contest. So. We're going to call it Lepra Fest or Lepra. Let me make sure I get it right.
Yeah, you got to have that R in there. You can't have a Leper Fest. That won't work.
Lepra contest. So the deal is that if you can post a picture of you as a leprechaun, we're going to, and tag 3 friends, we're going to pick on July 8th the best couple, and that send you free tickets to the Irish Festival.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. We're going to have
where's that, on Instagram and Facebook? Or?
Instagram and Facebook, yes. And then we're also going to have, on the day of, we'll have contests for best legs in kilt, and then the best red hair.
I may have to shave my legs and break out the kilt and see how that works out. Now, who are we tagging when we do this? Are we tagging ABC Events or Annapolis Irish Festival, or
both if we can?
Okay, awesome.
Be great.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you, it's funny. I said that you had so much experience in this, and for those that aren't aware, that ABC has a history of incredible events in their forward-looking thing as well as their backward-looking thing. But I mean, you look at the Maryland Seafood Festival, which is coming up at the end of September, which is a perennial favorite and one of the only 2 now, I guess it is, events that happen at Sandy Point State Park. The Maryland Wing Festival, Chicken Wing Festival, which was a huge success from day one. You've had the Naptown Barbecue for a little bit. You've had the Bay Bridge Paddle, which is also coming up at the end of September. At one point, you did Annapolis Beer Week. You did Annapolis Comedy Week. We started the Fiesta Latina, which I really hope comes back because it was absolutely fantastic as a first festival the last year before COVID.
Yeah, just timing on that. But I tell you, I appreciate you saying that. We feel like we try to do some of the same things. Is that we try to make it a great value. We try to make it fun. We try to add new elements for every year, and we try to make it a better patron or customer experience. So thinking about what causes angst. So is it lines? Is it more variety? Or, is it better parking? Things that we can control to make the experience even more and more streamlined every year. Right. I think that's one of the focuses, and I feel like that's one of the reasons that the group has been around since 2006, is that we could try to make it better. We're not always at the best, but we try every year to improve. Sure. And if we continue to do that, we will. But with the Irish, I think going back to this is we're really excited to be a part of it, to build on the legacy that was built in front of us, and to put on a great show for people and see if we can bring it back in a meaningful way.
Well, I'll tell you, I know that as you mentioned, every year you try to add something and you try to learn from, to make it better for everybody as they come on. And no festival, no event goes off without a hitch. I mean, most people don't know what the hitches were that didn't go off and that sort of kept internally. But occasionally there are. And I mean, I know that you are renowned for when somebody has an issue, you respond to them, and you make it right. Again, that's the whole community thing. It's, bring it back. You are part of the community. We are here at Rise Up Coffee in Arnold, and you live around the corner here.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, we want to do the right thing. Always, again, it's not always perfect, and we always make, we make mistakes just like everybody, but we're trying to get better and better at those things. We're trying to streamline the check-in, streamline tickets, streamline that you're not waiting in line, and have more variety and have more things to do for your entrance fee. I think with the Irish Festival, the value is in the music. The music's going to be spectacular, in that it's going to be diverse, and there's going to be something, it's just something to enjoy all day long.
Well, tickets available, AnnapolisIrishFestival.com or ABCEventsInc.com. And we recommend getting them early, getting them electronically. I imagine tickets, if there are some available left, will be available at the gate. But again, that's just a little, that's another line.
Yeah, it's just if you can do it in advance, it'll be easier for everybody. Also, we can plan that way. Right. And that, I know this was a big walk-up crowd in the past, and we expect a walk-up crowd. But at the end of the day, we can do a lot better job if we know how many people are coming in advance. One
important question before we go, just to sort of set the expectation for people that are coming. Food and drink, is that going to be a ticket type of a thing, or is that going to be you pay the vendor directly, or how does that work?
Yeah, we're not going to do tickets. We're going to do, it'll be a cash or a credit when you're on site. And we'll have ATMs and stuff, but I think we're going to try to, at least as of right now, don't hold me to it, but right now we're going to do a cash and credit for the bars and for the restaurants.
Okay, great. Activities, again, are free that are going on there. I mean, I guess you've got to be little to get into the bouncy things.
Yeah, some of the bouncy stuff that we don't charge to come in for that. So there is there'll be little tickets for the kids some of the kids activities. Not all, but some of them you'll have to buy a ticket.
We'll bill out of that one entirely there. So. But in addition to the food and drink, you've got, obviously, as we've talked about, the bands, and, I don't know, I'm going to go Spotify them, but the Bastard Bearded Irishman, because I love the name.
Yeah.
See what that's all about. But
so the other cool thing is we're going to bring in, and this is something that will evolve over time, but we're going to have a whiskey tasting throughout the day. So if you want to try different whiskeys, that will be there. And typically we have some true Irish whiskey as well as a bunch of other brands to try. And that, but there'll be a lot of diverse things to try in terms of tasting and drinking. We're working hard to increase the Irish food. There will be some, but we're working hard every day to try to make that more and more authentic.
Sure.
Just a challenge. There's not a ton of people that are burning up corned beef and cabbage in mid-July.
In July, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I am excited to see this back. I'm thrilled that it's back. I am thrilled that you guys have stepped up to lead the charge on this. The Annapolis Irish Festival is coming in July 16th. It's a Saturday at the Anne Arundel County Fairgrounds, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yep.
And just a day full of music. And it is truly a family event. It's not something, that you need to leave the kids home or get a thing. Bring them out, pack up some sunscreen, and have a great day. Your kids are getting older now, aren't they?
Yeah, a lot of them work the event now.
That's what I was going to ask. Have you?
Yeah.
Do they get paid?
Some begrudgingly, some with a smile. But no, I tell you, my son comes he likes to get there early with me and mix it up. So it's always a fun day.
Terrorizing the fairgrounds with a golf cart.
That's right. Anything he can do on that, he's happy.
All right, you don't pull this off with you and your sons in like one golf cart, okay? I've seen the machinery work, and it's a ton of people. I mean, are you actively looking for any kind of volunteers?
Yeah, absolutely, John. Thanks for asking. And that it's a big group that puts on the actual day of. So the group scales pretty significantly for the weekend of, and we have some wonderful people that have been around for a lot of years that support that. But yeah, I mean, we need certainly volunteers. I know when the Irish Festival, there was a great need for beer pourers and for check-in, and we still will need that, which would be great. So come on and enjoy the day from behind the bar. We would love. And then also too, we in terms of sponsorship, we have some wonderful sponsors. We're very fortunate to be partnered with Buck Distributing, which does Miller Coors and a whole bunch of new things that you'll get to see out at the event in terms of Orange Crushes and Moscow Mules in a can, all sorts of wonderful things that they'll provide, including some really cool whiskeys. And then Toyota and Maryland Lottery will be doing some cool scratch-off games. And so we have some wonderful sponsors, but if there's other community companies that want to get involved in some form, there's lots of opportunity for
ABCEventsInc.com would probably be the way to go, and there's probably a link on there that says sponsors and volunteers as well. And the volunteering is actually pretty funny. I mean, you get a cool T-shirt, right? So they're clothing you for free.
That's right.
They're feeding you for free, I think, right?
I haven't figured out all that, but I'm sure we will. We typically take care of
some kind of thing. You get a day free of music.
I know. What else would you want to be?
I'll tell you, and I know there's all sorts of things. I mean, you mentioned the beer pours. I mean, but there's people running around. I mean, you hire your own security, but I mean, you've got just making sure things are going okay to keep an eye on things, ticket takers, making sure the bands are moving in and out, and there's a lot of things that are going on.
It's a lot of
there.
moving parts for sure, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you like that type of thing, we'll find a place for you.
Brendan Curley, thank you so much. Congratulations. And, again, some of the other dates that we want to keep in mind here is September 24th and 25th, which is the Maryland Seafood Festival. And that's also September 25th is going to be the Bay Bridge Paddle, which is the, depending on your, your skill level on stand-up paddleboarding, you can paddle across the bay or just out a little bit and back.
Yeah, it's an awesome event. So both of those, thank you for bringing them up. But Seafood Festival, it's going to be, it's year 55 or something for the Seafood Festival.
You can tell it's a good festival when the organizer says 55 or something. I don't know. It might be 56, 50.
It's been a wonderful thing to be a part of. And then with the Bay Bridge Paddle, you mentioned it. It doesn't have to be stand up. It can be kayak. It can be. There's all sorts of new things that you can paddle. The outriggers are really popular right now. And you can do a mile, you can do 3 miles, or you can really challenge yourself and go across the bay. So that's an exciting thing to be a part of. And then coming back right into the Seafood Festival and having those folks around on Sunday morning really helps. But we're trying to bring back some of the big one with that is with the price of crab last year, we couldn't do the crab soup cook-off. So we're trying to bring that back and make that special again.
It's brutal. I mean, I'm coming over here. I mean, it probably cost me $100 in fuel to, to get over here. But it's, and I mean, I guess that's got to be a concern for you too, as well. With inflation and everything else, it's people are picking and choosing what they're doing. But I can't think of a better value for.
Yeah, I mean it's $15, and it's for that. Those events are certainly less expensive than paddle. The paddle's different, but the Seafood Festival is certainly a lot less expensive. But I think at the end of the day, you're right. Is people are going to pick and choose what they're going to spend money on. Vendors and sponsors are picking and choosing what they're going to spend money on. But we feel like there's a great opportunity here to even excel even more because we do take such pride in the new and adding value each year.
And you do that. July 16th, the Anne Arundel County Fairgrounds, the Annapolis Irish Festival is back with a bang. Brendan, thank you so much for your time this morning, and thanks for inviting me out here to Arnold and Rise Up. I mean, they got great, I don't do coffee, great iced tea, and I had a little breakfast sandwich before we started, so I'm a huge fan.
Nice. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate you so much and all that you do for the community, so appreciate you including us.
This has been a bonus podcast from Eye on Annapolis. Please visit us at eyeonannapolis.net. Follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. And if you haven't subscribed to the Daily News Brief podcast, go for it. And all of your local news will be delivered to your phone, tablet, or smart device by 6 a.m. every Monday through Friday.